Hello and welcome to Wednesday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic on Bonfire Night, no less. We're going to be doing a puzzle that I think has a clue in its title, which is actually a rare thing in Sudoku. This puzzle is called The Puzzle Has Been Set, and set is in capital letters. It's by Eric Rathbun. The testers had a look at this and say it is absolutely brilliant. Eric's puzzles are always brilliant, actually. All of the ones I've done on the channel I've found very engaging. They also tend to be incredibly symmetrical, and you can see this one. This one is very symmetrical. Looks like there's a little killer clues outside the grid that are doing some they're probably doing some symmetrical disambiguation. But I tell you what, I did forget to check how hard this was. So I can't tell you. You'll have to judge it from the length of the video, assuming it becomes a video at all. So yeah, sorry about that. I can't give any guidance up front, but I am looking forward to having a go at the puzzle. Now, what can I tell you about? I'm actually, a little confession. I'm recording this the night before because I'm actually, tomorrow I'm going up to London to go and talk at a school, Westminster School. So it's something I have done occasionally in the past, and I really enjoy doing it because I do think that this strange hobby we all share, it's a hobby you can pick up very early in life. I mean, we have some incredibly gifted children who watch the channel, and we've featured puzzles by sort of 10-year-old kids, and people like Chan Ertuğran's been watching and setting since about the age of 13, I think, the Turkish phenom. But I just feel that these puzzles have a lot to give in terms of basic arithmetic or simple logic, and these are skills that we can acquire at any age. So anyway, I'm really looking forward to doing that, but it does mean, because I'm going to have to travel up to London in the middle of the day, I don't dare risk the transport with me getting back and then recording thereafter. So I am recording this in advance, but don't worry, I've still got lots of I've still got all the normal announcements. I mean, if somebody does send a very late birthday announcement in, I might miss that, but I will catch up if that does happen. Now, what else can I tell you about? Our competition is running for the month of Thingy. Thingy being the technical term for November. Here we go. Put out more flags. I can't give you an accurate count, obviously, because I'm recording this before the day, but I think it's going to be of the order of 1,000 people have already solved the first puzzle, which is absolutely fantastic. And I'll guess around 200 will have solved all the puzzles already. So if you'd like to have a chance to win the competition, which closes on the 20th of November, so plenty of time, do have a go and get involved. It's a couple of bucks to join us over on Patreon. Loads of extra content over there, lots of extra crossword content as well. And in fact, somebody's trying to convince me to do last week's listener crossword, which is by an old friend of mine, Roger Phillips. So I might have a go at that at some stage and create another series of videos tackling a listener cryptic crossword, which will be quite fun. Anyway, that's over on Patreon right now, and I've got 2 birthdays to do today, although one of them is for tomorrow, but I think this video comes out quite late in Germany, I'm guessing, and therefore the first birthday, Thaddeus, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. You're turning 16 tomorrow, which might be when you're looking at the video. I know this because your dad, Andreas, wrote to us and told us that you're a keen gamer. You've not quite got the bug yet for Sudoku, so maybe that will happen. And I know marble cake is in the offing, although there was some controversy about this, because Andreas's email did suggest that the amount of icing was... I couldn't tell whether it was going to be very heavily iced or not iced at all, and that would be just terrible. So Thaddeus, I hope that you are getting properly iced cake today, and I hope, tomorrow, you know what I mean, and I hope it is a very, very good 16th birthday. Now, somebody whose chocolate cake is phenomenal is Chris. Now, Chris is turning 29 today, and I know this because your partner David wrote to us, Chris, and I think I've met you both actually, because David's email suggested that you came over to see us at Stratford upon Avon when we did the live show last year, And I think you drove over, didn't you, if I'm not mistaken, which is an incredible thing to do. And actually reminds me that we asked that question of the audience this year, and we said, who reckons they've come the furthest? And there was a chap in the audience who'd come from Colombia to see Cracking the Cryptic, which is incredible. Anyway, incredible. But not more importantly, but on a very important topic, this was Chris's chocolate cake. I mean, look at this. This is a proper cake. Hopefully I'm doing it justice there. Now this is getting towards the level of icing that we want, isn't it? Because I think there's extra icing. It looks like the icing sort of spilled into the cake. I mean, as it should. Don't forget, cake is basically a waste of calories. The icing is what we're interested in. So Chris, I think, well, it sounds like looks like you've already had an amazing cake. I hope there's more cake to come. Many happy returns. Now, all that said and done, let's have a go at The Puzzle Has Been Set by Eric Rathbun. Now, the rules are short form rules, so I'm going to have to sort of, I'm going to have to extend these, I think. It says normal Sudoku rules apply. I know what that means. So we've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. It says normal killer cage rules apply. So I think all that means is those two digits sum to 12, those to 15, those to 11, those to 14. Normal little killer rules apply. So that means that these 5 cells, let me highlight them. Those 5 cells there, you can see there's an arrow outside the grid pointing along this diagonal. So they sum to 35. And these ones sum to 43. So that's how little killer clues work. Normal arrow rules. So we've got 4 symmetrical arrows. So arrows work. So, I mean, if this was 1, 2, and 3, you would sum the digits. Oh, that doesn't count. We can't sing for that. You sum the digits on the arrow and you write the sum in the circle. So if we change that to a 4, we would change this to a 9. 4, 2, 3, sum to 9. That's how arrows work. The grey lines are palindromes, which read the same forwards and backwards. So, I mean, in this puzzle, that's a very strange rule, because the palindromes, basically what we're being told is that those two digits, that these two digits are the same number. These two digits are the same number, etc. And then digits separated by a white dot have a difference of 1. Not all dots are given. Right, so what that means is if this is a 2, this is either a 3, because 2 is consecutive with 3, or it's a 1 because 2 is consecutive with 1. And it's perfectly possible, for example, for this to be 3 and this to be 2. There doesn't have to be a white dot between consecutive digits. It's just in these 2 dominoes. Oh, and there's another one there, actually. Those 3 dominoes, digits are consecutive. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual, but now I get to play. Let's get cracking. Now, I mean, the title must be, the title is probably important. I mean, I will just note something, which is because each of these 3-cell arrows must sum to at least 6, that these digits are actually a 6, 7, 8, 9 quadruple in the middle box, aren't they? Because obviously the minimum we could put there would be a 1, 2 and a 3, and that applies to each of these diagonal arrows, so each of them individually adds up to at least 6, so they must be 6, 7, 8 and 9 in some order. Let me just cogitate. I mean, I think it must be set, but I don't know. And also, it's not immediately apparent to me what the set is I'm meant to be drawing. So set is, for those of you who don't know, might be watching this video saying, what's he talking about, set? Set is this technique, is that a good way to describe it? Where we can portion off bits of Sudoku grids and prove that they contain the same set of digits. So the most famous example is this one, which there is a proof, which I've done on Numberphile, no less, the great maths channel of Brady Harrons. There is a proof that shows that these 16 green cells here are the exact same digits in any Sudoku as these purple digits in the corners, these 16 purple digits. And you can use that to solve puzzles sometimes. Now, if I'm going to try and draw a set here, where is it going to be? I mean, normally, when you try and do set with arrows, what you try and do is to put the digits on the arrows in a different set to the arrow circles, so you can sort of cancel them out. But in this puzzle, we've also got all of these palindromes, haven't we? I still haven't got anything here. I'm being very dumb, I think. I'm really not sure how to approach this. Is it something like this? And it might well not be. I'm trying to think of a way to get the palindromes into sets, different sets as well. So I think what I'll try first, and this might prove to be completely wrong, I'm going to try all 4 of the corner boxes. So what I'm thinking is I can define exactly what those 36 cells I've just highlighted contain, because each of these boxes is a complete Sudoku box, so it's going to contain the digits 1 to 9 once each. Now, if I highlight in a different colour, I'm going to do this, and as I say, I'm very prepared to move away from this. I'll highlight those in blue. Now, those are going to be... So I'm going to highlight those. So I'm going to highlight this entire row, this entire row, this entire column, and this entire column. And that means that these cells I've highlighted are also 4 sets of the digits 1 to 9, providing I include whatever this cell is twice effectively, because that cell is in this row and it's in this column. So in order to equate the sets and to make sure I've got 36 in green and 36 equivalent digits in blue, I need to include these digits twice in the blue set. Now, having done that, it seems reasonable, doesn't it, to say, if I remove these 2 cells, so at this point we know that the green set and the blue set contain the same digits. But I know that this digit is the same as this digit. So I can remove these 2 cells from blue and green and still state that the digits are the same. What remains in green must be the same as what remains in blue, and I can do that for all of these palindromes. So I'm going to do that, and hopefully this... Well, the other thing I'm going to do, obviously, is to say, okay, but also these 3 digits sum to the same as this arrow. So now what I have to do, or what I'm going to do, is I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to remove these from green, and I'm going to remove one of these cells from blue. So it's only going to be once remaining in blue, because it was twice in blue before. Because I've taken these 3 out of green, I'm taking this one out of blue, because I know it's got the same sum. So it's no longer true to say that green and blue contain the same set of digits, but it is true to say they sum to the same number. And I can do that for each one of these corners. So we'll make both of those just single blue, and we'll take out the equivalent green. Oh dear, actually this might not be right at all, might it? So what can we say now? It's an interesting question. Wow, I don't know. I think I've got the wrong set. I don't think this has worked, has it? I mean, I've got 4 little flower shapes. So I mean, I presume they're going to have to be very big, aren't they? It looks like I've got a lot of blue cells here. How many blue cells have I actually got? Yeah, I've got 8 extra blue cells compared to the green cells. Because the green cells are 16 cells. I can see that very quickly. And in boxes 2, 4, 6 and 8, I've got 16 blue cells. So these are sort of extra on the blue side, which suggests that that green's actual digits will have to be quite high. All right, how do we do this? Let's maximize green. What could green be at a maximum? If green was 6, 7, 8, 9 in each case, then the sum of the greens would be 30 in each box, so 120 overall. And what's the minimum sum of the blues? The minimum sum of the blues is going to be, well, we're going to have 30 here, aren't we, for sure, in those 6, 7, 8, 9. 30, I suppose let's make those 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's 40. So we've got 40 here. And these could all be 1, 2, 3, 4, could they? Maybe they can't for some reason, but that's another 4. That's 80. That's nowhere near whatever I said before, 120 or something. So this is definitely not it. This is 100% not what we were meant to do. Bother. So maybe I've got to... What do I have to do then? That is a good question. Maybe I've got to... I haven't got a clue. Okay, I'm just disregarding this. I'm afraid I've got the wrong end of the stick there. So, okay, we're going to have to start again. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. That's not good, is it? All right, let's try. Let's try. Well, okay, I definitely want to do this. I definitely want to offset these 4 sort of sum digits against the arrows. So I'm going to change tack then. I'm going to have mismatch sets. So if I match these off, I've got 1 set of the digits 1 to 9 in green, and I've got 4 sets of the digits 1 to 9 in blue. So the difference between green and blue is 3 sets of the digits 1 to 9, isn't it? So if I which is 135 by the secret. I should talk about that actually. So the secret tells us that a complete Sudoku box sums to 45. It's something I share with only my very favourite people. But if you're watching this video, of course you're one of my favourite people. So so what I'm saying is that the blue set of digits overall actually sum to 180 here. 4 lots of 45. The green lot of digits sum to 45, so the difference between the two is 135. And I can preserve that difference by removing the arrows from blue and these 3 cells or 4 cells from green. So I know the difference between these cells now. Right, okay, I've had a different idea now. The difference between these cells is 135. Okay, but that cell is the same as that cell, isn't it? This cell is the same as this cell. So what I might be able to do, so what I can do is to shift this to here, shift this to here, shift this to here. I'm not changing the set because these are palindromes. So all I'm doing is shifting where these digits appear in my grid. And what I'm looking to do there, I think, if this works, which it might not, I can move that one to here. So at this point, At this point, I know that the blue set of digits is 135 greater than the green. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some sets into green. I'm actually going to add 4 sets into green. So this is completely nuts, because I can see that way I'm going to be able to offset with a lot of blue. So hang on, I want to be very precise about how I do this. So at the moment, blue's value is 135 more than green. So if I add that green in and that green in, each of those is worth 45, isn't it? So that's 90. And now I'm going to add that green in, which obviously includes these 2 cells again, so they need to have a slightly different colour. And this green in, and these 2 have appeared in 2 green sets now. So now I've over-added green, if you like. So now green overall will be 45 greater than blue. Okay, so because I added 4 lots of 45 into green, and at the time I did that, blue was 135 greater than green. But now I can do some eliminating, can't I? Everything that has 2 colours in it, I can eliminate. That's going to get rid of loads of cells, which is what I've been trying to do. I can get rid of all of those. So I've got rid of everything that... Right, so I've got rid of everything that was blue. But what I'm left with, I know that the green cells overall were 45 greater than blue. And blue is 0 now. I've got rid of it altogether. So these cells sum to 45. I know they sum to 15. Because of the secret. I've got 30 there in the 6, 7, 8, 9 quadruple. The whole box adds to 45, so these must add up to 15. Right, so these digits, but remember these 2 are doubled, these 4 are in twice, add up to 30. Which is probably, although I was going to try and minimise them, but that's not going to work. Because that digit can't be a 1, 2 or a 3. That's got to be at least a 6, doesn't it? In order to make this 15 domino possible, it can't be lower than 6. That can't be lower than 5. That can be 3, unfortunately. And that could be... Well, that could be a 2 in theory. Okay, hang on though, hang on. So let's think this through. So the minimum value of these digits is 1s and 2s. And each of these is doubled, isn't it? So that's going to be, these 2 individually add up to 3, but because they're appearing twice in the green set, the minimum value of those 2 is actually 6. And I've got the same here. So these 4 digits sum to a minimum of 12. 12 plus 14 is 26, so that digit can't be higher than a 4, because we know that green overall adds up to 30. So there is a lot of constraint here. It's really constrained, because actually this digit can't be a 1 or a 2. So that digit is 3 or 4. That's... I've got to be careful here, though. So what I'm saying is, if I... hang on. I've got it. This is very hard, by the way. This is very hard. How long's that taken me? But I think I've got it now. Right. I just need to check something. I think if I don't put 1s and 2s into the purple cells, I think I'm going to break the bank, but I'm not certain, so I'm just going to check that. So if, for example, I allowed this to be a 2, which it could be, and I make these, say, a 1-3 pair, do I break the bank? Now, these add up to 6, these add up to 8, so that's 14, and another 14. I know that would work. That would work, I think. Oh no, it wouldn't. Oh god, this is really that doesn't work because both of these would be 9. Wow. Wow, and that's the only way I can get a 2 into one of these 4 green cells here. Jeepers creepers, that's so clever, but so complex. Yeah, so what I've worked out, what I was wondering is, this is the only cell that seems to me to be able to be a low digit and possibly detract from me minimizing these 4 purple cells. But if I do keep this down to 2, which is its very minimum value, the problem with that is one of these digits can't both be 9. And the moment one of them is 8, it increases these digits. And that means that the overall minimum total for these digits actually moves up to 31. If you don't put 1 and 2 into the purple. So I'm now going to allege, and this is going to be important, that you have to put 1s and 2s into the purple. So the 1s and 2s do add up to 12, which means these digits have to add up to 18. Now, the minimums here are very easy, 6 and 5, but you might say, okay, that's 11. So these two have a minimum value. This can't be, remember, because this is a 1-2 pair, these can't both be 3, because then you couldn't put 3 in the middle box. So whichever one of these isn't, well, you can put 3 in that one, say, but then that one will be forced to be 4 because 3 in the middle box will be in one of those 2 cells. And look at this cell. So the actual minimum value for those 2 is now 7. And 7 plus 6 plus 5 is 18. And the absolute minimums in purple, we know, add up to 12. And this is how it works. So we've got a whole load of digits now. That is 5. That is 6. That's 9. That's 9. Oh, I see, and this is going to resolve it, because now that has to be 4, otherwise this is also 9, which means this is now 3 in order to keep us down to our total, and this is 8, and it works. It just works beautifully. Wow. I mean, that was hard, though. That was very difficult. Now I can get rid of green. Green, all the colours are irrelevant now. We've sort of learnt everything we can from that set trick. But the thing that was hard for me was that the set trick was not at all obvious, was it? Well, it wasn't obvious to me, at least. Okay. Maybe I retain, because, well, if that's a 1, for example, that will be a 2 and that will be 1. So these two are the same digit and these two are the same digit. So maybe it's worth retaining some colouring of the 1s and the 2s. Okay, and now I don't know what to do. How on earth do we make progress from there? Oh, I see. So 4 has to be in one of these. So 3 has to be in one of these. Does that matter? Oh, 7 in the middle column. Actually, and the middle row, but 7 in the middle column is in one of those cells, and they are both on white dots. But if this was a 7, that couldn't be a 6. So if that's a 7, that would be an 8. But if that's a 7, that can't be an 8 because of this, so it would be a 6. So that's very annoying because that doesn't actually help me. Okay, let's try 7 in the middle row then. That's got, no. Let's try 7 and 6 in the middle row. That's forced. Sorry, I should have seen. Oh, yeah. There's a 5 here. So this is a 3-5 pair. These squares now are 1, 2, and 7. And I know that's not a 7. This is a 1, 2, 4 triple. Oh, this is perhaps better, is it? I'm not actually sure it is, but... So that digit is 1, 2, 3, or 6. And this digit is 1, 2, 3, or 8, depending on... And these are a 6, 7 pair. I don't know then. It's not. I don't think it's the little killer clues. What? That one is a bit interesting. That's got 2 8s on it. This one's got nothing on it of any value. What does this one have? This one has an arrow cell on it. Okay, 2 8s are 16. So so these 3 digits here, they sum. Oh, actually, hang on. That is interesting. I've just seen something that's obvious if you actually concentrate on it, but I hadn't seen it. So let me explain. Those 3 digits, they sum to 19. We know that. 35 minus 2 lots of 8, but they're actually all different digits as well, aren't they? They can't repeat a digit. And the reason they can't repeat a digit is that by the palindrome, whatever this digit is gets transplanted here, and whatever this digit is gets transplanted here. So actually, those 3 digits are the ones that sum to 19. And that means these 2 digits are actually quite big, because on a 3-cell arrow, you can't put an enormous digit. This digit could be as high as 6, but it can't be higher, because if you were to try 7 here, 7 plus 1 plus 2, which would be the minimum, would give us a 10 here, which won't work. So that is a maximum of 6, which means these 2 scales add up to a minimum of 13, and neither can be 8. Yeah, you can't put... So we're adding up... Hang on, we're adding up to 19 in 3 different... Then one of them must be a 9. One of them must be a 9. Because we're adding up 3 different digits to 19. None of the digits can be 8. And if we didn't use 9, given they're all different digits, we'd use 7, 6 and 5 as the maximum. They only add up to 18. So one of these is a 9, definitely. Which means one of these is a 9. I don't really want to pencil mark that, but that is true. Okay, so one of these is 9, and the other 2 digits add up to 10, but I don't know whether this is a 6 or not. But okay, what's the minimum this can be? Interestingly now, that can't be a 5, because if that was a 5, you'd have to put another 5 into one of those to make the 19 work. Now, if that was a 4 or a 3... see, I think all of these are possible. Basically, this is part of a 10 pair, isn't it? In the sense that this digit plus one of these 2 digits sums to 10. But it's not... Okay, it can't be 2 8, because I can't put an 8 in either of these. So I think that could be 3, and this could be a 7 9 pair. Maybe. Or it could be a 4, and this would be a 6 9 pair. Or it's a 6. And then these add up to, they would add up, so they would be a 4 9 pair again, because one of them is a 9. Okay, Now, has that helped us then? Yes, a little bit. Right, what that does is it places green in this box on the arrow, look. This can't be green. So green is in one of those two cells, and green is in, we don't know, it could be on the arrow here. One of those is green. That might not be what we were meant. Oh, I tell you what, hang on. I hadn't spotted this. But look, this is a palindrome, so that one can't be a 4. So that is 6, 7, or 9. We might be able to do better than that. What about this one? Oh no, that could be everything. 4, 6, 7, 9. If that was 6, that would be 7, and that would be 9. Which would be exciting. Can we still get to all possible totals here? 8. You can't get to 8, weirdly, because that can't, given it's got 1 and 2 on it, this would need to be a 5, and that's ruled out. But you can get to 9 if that was 6, 1, 2. Eight in box 3 has to be in one of 2 places. Oh, that's really interesting. If that is a 3, these 2 digits then, to make our 19 total, which is these would be 7 and 9, and that would be a 6, and that would work. Because this arrow would be 3, 1, 2 adding to 6. So if this is 3, the world makes sense. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised by that. If that's a 6, that's a 6, 7, 9 triple. That would have to be an 8. 6. How would that work? That wouldn't be 6 then. Oh, this is so confusing. So if that's 6, that couldn't be 9, could it? I don't think. If that's 6, because this would be 3 or 4, this would be 7. That would be a 6, 7 pair, and that would be 9. Does that work? No, wouldn't that make that a 6? That might be wrong, but I don't think it is. So what I'm saying is, if that's a 6, maybe one of those, one of those doesn't always have to be 6. If that's a 6, though, what I'm claiming is that because this is now 3 or 4, this circle digit is 6 or 7, but we've just said we're starting this from the presumption this is 6. So this would be a 6 here, 7 here, with a 4 here, which means these 2 digits have to add up to 15. But this is a 9 when this is a 6, because this is a 6, 7. So this is 9, and that means that's a 6 to add up to 15, and we get repeated 6. So I'm taking 6 out of there and 7 out of there, and now I'm putting 7 into column 5, and I'm adding 8 here. Now these aren't 8, and that gets me the 8 in the middle box. I mean, that's simple, I was about to say. I mean, that is not simple. That's incredibly complicated, but it's absolutely beautiful. And I was about to announce what it does. I don't know. So now these cells, it depends, doesn't it? We don't know. I mean, I know these are from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, that's a ludicrous pencil mark. But that's... well, it feels like that might be necessary. 8 is very restricted in box 9 now. It can't go here because it would reflect on the palindrome. Oh, hang on. Where are all the high digits in column 6? None of these can be 6, 7, 8, 9. So that one is a 6, 7, 8 or 9. So that's a 6, 7 or a 9. I don't actually, that doesn't seem to have done anything. Maybe that's been available for ages as well. So this digit is a 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5, and that gets reflected here, and therefore this digit is a 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 on the white dot. Wow. Wow. That's a lot of... No, what I was about to say is not true. Oh, there must be a 2 on this white dot now, because it's a consecutive pair of digits must always have an even digit on it, so there must be a 2 on here, but I don't know. You see, if this had orange on it, orange could still be 2. I wonder whether I should have started this by trying to colour the high digits. That might have been more sensible. 9 in box 7 has only got 2 places to go, which might matter if... I don't know. Bobbins. One of these has to be a 6, one of them has to be a 7, and 6 and 7 have only one possible way of making themselves work, if you like. Oh, I've got a terrible feeling I've got to pencil mark all of these funny thingies, these palindromes. I really don't want to do that. If that was 9, that would be 6. That would be 7. Would that matter? Sorry, if that was 9, that would be 6, that would be 7. No, that doesn't... Hang on. That doesn't work, I don't think. But again, it's quite hard to see. Yeah, it doesn't work. If that's a 9, because this is 6 to make the arrow work, that becomes 7. So this is a 6, 7 pair. That's a 9, and the 9 transplants itself on the palindrome to the same column as the 9 we started with. I mean, so right, this is now not 6. This is 3 or 4. So 9 is definitely in one of those two, and definitely in one of these two. So if... No, that's okay, isn't it? I was suddenly thinking that would help me, but no, it doesn't want to. It's being very, very difficult. Okay. But that's still a little win for the goodies, isn't it? We're a little bit better off than we were. Probably. I think this is going to be a 3-6 pair. That would be 7-9. So it'd be a 7-9 pair in the top row as well. I don't know. Or it's not the white dot. I've done that white dot. No, I don't think it is the white dots. I have at least pencil. Oh, hang on. I've got a 1-2 pair here. So this can't be a 1 or a 2. So that now can't be a 1, because on the white dot this has come down a bit. I mean, it's not something like, where does orange go? Yeah, it is a bit. This is important. This is lovely, actually. I just didn't spot it. But look, we can think about, and this might have been available again for ages, where does orange go as a digit in this box? And because of the lovely palindrome here, orange can't go here because it would reflect into its own column. So orange, I don't know where it is, but it's on the arrow that adds up with this green digit to 8. So the only way this arrow is made up now is as a 1, 2, 5. which means this digit is not 5, which means this digit is not 5. And now I've got a 3-4 pair in this column. And that might do something. Maybe. Green. Yeah, there's some... Okay, I'm starting to understand something I should have got much more quickly, which is that putting these digits into these positions is actually really rather beautiful for how they interact with the palindromes and the arrows. So what I'm now spotting, if we ask where green goes in this box, it can't go on either palindrome because it would reflect into a row or column where it had already appeared. So green is on the arrow. Oh, my palette's gone a bit crazy there. And that's going to be the same here. Orange is going to be on the arrow. And that means all of these arrows have 3 on them, i.e. a 1-2 pair, plus the balancing digit, which for these arrows here is going to be a 3, a 4, or a 6. Now, I'm wondering if that's worth notating. Doesn't look like it. Might be, actually. Oh, I think we're getting closer, but I still haven't done this. It's still not quite there. 8 is in one of these 3. Does that matter? Can 8 be on the palindrome? Then 8 would be down here. It would have to be there, actually, very specifically. 9. Oh, there is a 9 in one of those 2 cells. Yeah, so 9 is in one of those 2 positions for what that's worth. 9 is in one of these 2, one of these 2, one of these 2, one of those 2. We're quite close with 9s, you know. Can we do something with that in this box? Is there a restriction on 9? Can 9 be on the palindrome? 9 is in one of those 2 as well, isn't it? Oh, I don't know. Or, I don't know. Hang on, let's go back here. What were we thinking here? These add up to 19, don't they? Does that matter? I've got a 3 here, so 3 is in one of those cells. If that was a 3, this would be a 1-2 pair, and then 3 would be here. Which, again, it's probably doing something in some way, but I don't know what. Or maybe I've got to literally... I'm almost wondering whether I have to highlight low and high digits in this puzzle. What I will do is I will label these. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, or 6. All of these cells. Now, can we eliminate anything from any of them off the back of that? That one is not 2 because of this white dot. Admittedly, that's not the most brilliant deduction in the world, is it? Oh, hang on. Where's... No, it doesn't work, does it? Nearly. I was going to say, where's 9 in row 3? It's quite difficult to put it in. It can't go there. I think it can go there, alas. It can't go here because one of these is a 9. It can't go here because we know one of these is a 9. So 9 is either there or there in row 3. And that might matter. He says, trying to work out why. I suppose, though, that digit there, which is 4, 6, 7 or 9, if it's not 4, it has to go there, look. And it would have to be a 7 or a 9. Is there something going on there? Oh, I think there's all sorts of jiggery-pokery going on in this puzzle. I just can't quite lock it down. I know these digits are different. I know these 3 add up to... And then whatever this is not included in this sum. Yeah, it's something to do with this, isn't it? It really is. So if this is 6, this is 3, and this is 7, 9. Which, okay. And this would be 7, 9 as well. I think that would be 7, 9. And if this is 7, this is 4, and these are 6, 9. So these would be 6, 9, these would be 6, 9, and these would be 6, 9. And, oh... Okay, that's fine. All right, that digit is definitely a low digit. That's got to be true, hasn't it? So look at the bottom row now. Well, yeah. Oh, don't tell me it's this. No, it's not, is it? I don't think. Okay, no, there are enough gaps. I was thinking it might force a 6 here, which would tell me what this was. It nearly does. It very nearly does. But I don't think it's quite forced. I've definitely got 4 digits from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if this isn't 6, then these 3 digits have to be... Oh, well, hang on, that can't... Ah, no, that's it. This digit. I should have done more pencil marking. If you pencil mark row 9, it's completely clear. This digit is low. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. So there are 5 digits in the bottom row that all have to be really low. And therefore that digit is a 6, and that's going to break the puzzle open. I think that might even finish the puzzle, because we've almost understood the puzzle. Now I think we might have done. That's probably famous last words, isn't it? But I think once we get 6 here, we know this is 9. And therefore we know this is a 6, 7 pair. So we know that there's no 6s on this arrow. Now, we also know that there's a 7, 8 pair in the bottom row, which is surely a little... Oh, it's nearly good. Oh, my thing is... buzzing at me. I can't deal with that at the moment. And okay, has that helped? So I know one of these is a green digit. I don't know which one. Yeah, okay, this digit is not 1 or 2, is it? So this is a 3, 4, 5. Oh, come on, this must be important somehow. No, maybe not. Or is it the fact I've got a 6 here? Oh, okay, so I've got a 6 in one of those two. Now, if this was 6, this would be 6. That is interesting. That is interesting, because either this is 6 or this is 6, which makes this 6, which means there's a 6 in one of these two cells, which means that cell is never a 6, which means that cell's never a 6. I'm not saying it's going to do any... Ah, hang on, and I've got... Oh, hang on, I've got a 6, 7 pair here as well. So this has come right down. Hang on, this could never be 4, given once we know that this digit is 3 or 4 in the panoply. Because remember, the purples had to add to 19, so that's never been able to be a 4 for ages. So this is now a 9 because of this 6-7 pair. And that means this is a 9, which means this is an 8, because we've got to put 8 somewhere in this box, which means this is a 7. Okay, I'm going back to my thought that this might help. It might help us solve the puzzle. I now know this isn't a 9 anymore, which means this is a 6-7. That is a 9 instead, which means, oh yeah, does mean this is a 9. It means this is, how many 9s have I got? All of them. So that's absolutely out of nowhere. I'm going to do 8s. Although that might not be a... Yeah, I can do a bit of 8-age. 8 is in one of these two. Again, it's this weird logic where either this is an 8 or that's an 8, which makes this is an 8, which means 8 is in one of those cells. Does that matter? Maybe it doesn't. So 8 is in one of those two. No, maybe it doesn't do enough. Can we do any jiggery pokery with... I'm not sure. I'm not sure where to look. Is it 7s? I think we've only got 3 7s, and they're all at the bottom of the grid, being very recalcitrant. I know I've got a 6-7 pair here. So I know these digits are from 1, 2, 4, 5. I mean, it's a dreadful pencil mark, but forgive me. I'm trying to... I think this is a rare occasion where I've under pencil marked the puzzle. And I perhaps would have been a little bit smoother to the finish if I'd over pencil marked it. Yeah, I mean, this digit, for example, sees all the high digits. It also sees a 1-2 pair. It also sees a 5, so that's a 3 or a 4, believe it or not. Now, does that do something? Not sure. And how... Oh, look at that. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple in row 3 of all things. So this is a high digit. That's all. Oh, that's it. This digit is the key. There, this little cell. It's not 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 9. So it's 5, 6, 7, or 8. But you can see if it was a 5, it would transplant itself here, and I get 2 5s in this box. So now it's 6, 7, or 8. But if it is a 6 or a 7, it's going to bump into this 6, 7 pair. So that's an 8. That might do something. Yeah, that gets me an 8 in box 7. Let's double click our 8s. And all of a sudden all the 8s are done. Now, this digit is a 3, 4 or a 5 by Sudoku. That's a 3, 4, 5 triple in the row. Okay, let's get rid of that corner pencil mark. Corner pencil marks with 9 in are not interesting. And we worked out, didn't we, that one of these was a 6. So 6 in box 3 is in one of 2 places. And again, it sort of plays out the same way. Either this is a 6 because this is, or this is a 6. So there is a 6 in one of those 2 cells, which means 6 is not here. And it's not here. So 6 is in one of those 2 cells in box 1. Which means 6 is in one of these 2 cells in box 4. Can't be here because of the 6-7 pair. Oh, it's nearly... Oh, it is a good question. And this has been available for a while. Where's 7 in this box? It can't go on the palindrome. So that's a 7 and probably has been for ages. So that's a 6. And now this is... That's big. That's a 6, that's a 6. We know these have to add up to 19, so this is a 4, that's a 7, that's a 6. Now we know this arrow is a 1, 2, 3 triple, and these digits now can't be 4s, 3 at the bottom therefore. So this is not a 5 or a 3 for that matter, it's a 2 or a 4. Neither of these is a 3, so this isn't a 3. This isn't a 3. So this is a 3, this is a 3. There's some weird geometry going on here. That is that, and that needs a colour, but I'm not sure I'm prepared to say it's definitely green yet. It probably is green, but let's allow the logic to play out before we assume it. This is good. That's now 1, 2 pairs, so we can actually put that in. Therefore this is a 3, therefore this is a, that's definitely not orange, that definitely is orange. So orange is in one of these 2 cells. And these digits now are 3, 5, 7, aren't they? And that's definitely not 3, and that's definitely not 3. So 3 goes here, 3 goes here by Sudoku. Oh, I thought I was going to have to put 3 there. I was like, no, it's gone totally wrong. But these are a 5, 7 pair. Let's put that in case that helps us. I think it does, doesn't it? Don't we need 4 and 6 in the column? So this becomes a 4, 6 pair. And that must be 1, 2 or 5. How can this still be resisting? It's a fascinating puzzle, this. I'm going to be very upset with myself if I find the rating on Logic Masters Germany, it sort of says 1 star or something. I think this has been challenging. That's a 4 by Sudoku now. Now I haven't put 6 in this column. So I think that's a 6. That feels logical. So this is 5 or 7. Now, what does all this mean? Don't know. Oh, I know what it might be though. I've never even looked at this. This 43 diagonal, it could be that, couldn't it? Oh goodness. Yes, alright. Do I want to look at that? Hang on, what is on this diagonal? It's at the moment, it's got digits summing to 28 on it for definite. So it needs another 15. Oh, there's 4 unmarked cells, 4 cells where I've got pencil marking. It's not wildly propitious, is it? Okay, maybe we can do something else. Let's think about that. Look, where's 5 in this column? It has to be there. It's the only cell available. So now this is now become an orange digit. Whoopsie. Which means this is a 5 and is not orange. Now this is a 5 by Sudoku. Let's double click 5s. Can we do? Yeah, we can do better with 5. So these are 4s. This is a 5. Therefore that's a 5. That's good. Okay. Alright, so now we're starting to go again. I need 1, 2 and 4 in this column. And what are these digits then? Oh, 7. I haven't put 7 into this column. So we should certainly do that and de-orangify it. That is definitely orange. It's entirely orange. And, okay. Alright, I've got a 5 here. So this is, whoopsie. That's a 2. There we go. 2, 1. Oh, don't be chocolate teapot. No, it's not. I suddenly thought, oh no, it's going to be chocolate teapotted, but it's not. We get a 1 in the middle of the grid, which is a slightly strange digit. Oh, hang on. Right, now I've got more on this diagonal, so I'm going to re-add it up. Okay, I've got 30 there. Oh, okay, so I'm on 42. So that's a 1. Okay, so orange, that's actually the orange digit. So orange is a 1 wherever we find it. So green is a 2 wherever we find it, which is going to be here apparently now. 2. 2. So that's going to be a 4. So that's a 6, 6, 4. And I need 4 and 1 in this box. So 1 and 4. And somehow I finished the puzzle. Good grief. Wow. Okay, that was a very, very interesting puzzle. And not, for me at least, easy. It really wasn't. Let's get rid of the purple. Let's get rid of the green there. Okay, hopefully, is it correct? Oh goodness! Oh my goodness! Look how old this is. 500. It's nearly 2 years old, and it's been solved 54 times. It doesn't include the solution. Oh, Eric! Oh my goodness! So, okay, so I'm going to have to check this afterwards. I mean, it felt logical, didn't it? It felt unique. Certainly didn't use any uniqueness principles. 27, 35. That's fine. And I just added that up and it seemed to work. 30, 40, 43 seems fine. And the computer will have checked for Sudoku. So providing the arrows sum to the correct totals, which looks good, providing these are consecutive, which look good, and providing the cages sum up, it is the correct solution. Brilliant. It's a brilliant puzzle. I'm intrigued as to how I was meant to think about the set first thing, and I'm very, very conscious that I didn't fully appreciate the power of these palindromes. I think I could have used those much better on the sort of second half of the puzzle, if you like, on the bit where the Sudoku-y bit. But I'm delighted to finish it, and it's a super clever thing. It really is. Let me know in the comments how you got on with it. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind, and we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.